Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Welcome to my channel. My name is Nombulelo Majola, and in this channel, I'll be talking about everything that involves being a young woman, beauty, social issues, and just pretty much everything that influences us to be woke and to be women in 2018. I want to start by talking about a deep, sensitive topic that is very close to my heart because I'm currently going through it and I'm struggling through it. I want to talk about mental health and the seriousness behind mental health. I think a lot of people don't realize how serious the mental health issue is until you or someone close to you is affected by it. So before I start talking, grab a drink, sit down, grab a snack, sit down, and let's talk about this because honestly, it's a very serious issue that we have. It's a very serious conversation that we have to engage in as a community and as young black females, more especially if you are in an environment like university where there's a lot of pressure and a lot of challenges you go through on a daily basis. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's get into it. So guys, a couple of months ago I was diagnosed with anxiety. I started having panic attacks. I was I was struggling from insomnia. I couldn't sleep properly. I couldn't eat properly. The only thing I could eat was fast food, junk, and all of that. I started having hot flushes. I had a hormonal imbalance. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor could not see anything wrong with me physically. So he suggested I go to a therapist, and I went to a psychologist, and that's when I was diagnosed with anxiety. It's been 5 going on 6 months since I was diagnosed with anxiety. I am on my anxiety meds. I'm still on my course, and well, I stopped attending therapy a couple of months ago, but I can see the need for me to go back to therapy. But yes, so a lot of people didn't know this. I didn't even talk about this until a couple of weeks ago. I was scared how people were going to view me. I was scared at how in control I may sometimes seem, but I'm not in control. So this is getting emotional. So I started talking about it because I realized that I was not the only one. And the thing that made me realize that I wasn't the only one is because of the high numbers of suicides we were seeing at VITS, in and around our campus. So a lot of people were committing suicide because they couldn't handle the pressures. They couldn't handle whether it's in the academic pressure, whether it's the financial pressure, social pressures, and everything. And I think for me, I expected to be dealing with mental illness last year rather than this year, because last year was my first year at varsity, and I'm not like your normal girl, or what you typically define a girl to be. So I struggled a lot with my transition from high school to university. So I was the only one from my school who came to Wits. So when I came to Wits during all week, I was a complete stranger. I didn't know anyone. I didn't know the place. Nothing was familiar to me. I was just lost in this big bad world. And yeah, and I was just like, okay, let's dive into it because I didn't have a choice. And when classes started, I started dealing with a lot of issues that come into like play, because I'm not like your size 32, your size 30 type of girl. I'm like more on the fatter side. Yes, curvy girls. Um, yeah. So I used to wear like, I wear between a size 36 and a size 38. So having to deal with my weight issues, when almost everyone around you is not on the bigger side of the scale, and when what media portrays as the ideal woman or the ideal young woman is not what you seem to be. At the time, I didn't even have, I had like natural relaxed hair. I didn't have money for weaves. I didn't have like anything. I thought I didn't fit in. So that's when I thought I would have the problem of mental health at that point when everything was not going according to how I wanted. Everyone would always tell us how varsity is the best years of your life, and my first year didn't go quite well. Academics were heavily on me. The transition between high school academics and varsity academics is huge. So there was dealing with that, making new friends and all of that. So my anxiety actually came as a surprise to me this year, because this year I'm settled, I have friends, I'm comfortable in my own body, I've learned to love and accept myself. I've dealt with a lot of self-identity issues that um that were troubling me in the past. Now I've come to accept them, and I'm at peace with who and what I am. So the diagnosis came as a surprise, but nevertheless I suffered from a couple of panic attacks, one before the diagnosis and a couple after the diagnosis. So it's very important that we sit down and we talk about mental health, because you might think everyone has their shit together, but people don't actually. It's very important for you to check up on your friends, not ask them how you're doing because it's mandatory or because it's compulsory, but to actually ask because you care. It's very difficult for a person to actually tell you what's going on within themselves if you don't if you are not interested. I cannot come to one of my friends if they didn't ask what's wrong and actually bother them with my problems, or tell them that, okay, so this and this and this and this and then this is happening. So you actually have to take time out and sit down with your friends. And if you're suffering from mental health, then you need to understand that, sorry, you need to understand that it's not your fault. There's nothing you could have done to prevent it. There's nothing you can do about it. All you have to do is to live with the condition and treat it, and try as much as you can, as much as possible, to live what is deemed a normal life, to live a happy life. The fact that I have anxiety doesn't mean I can't go out with my friends, doesn't mean I can't enjoy the pleasantries of varsity life. I try as much as I can, though. I try as much as I can to always be positive, to always look for the positive side in things. Because if I don't do that, then I get excessive. I have excessive stress, and that triggers my panic attacks. And just yesterday, I had a mini panic attack, and then I had a meltdown in the afternoon. So it's learning how to deal with things, because I know when I have a meltdown, all I need is to just breathe fresh air and just be outdoors. So it's important to know what makes you happy in life, so that when you come across situations where probably you don't have a meltdown, or when you're just stressed or you feel like you're gonna be stressed, you go to a happy place, you find your happy place and you go to it. If your happy place is you being with your family, then do it. If a happy place is you with a glass of wine, then do it. If a happy place is spending time with your friends, then do it. I think life is way too short for us to be stressing ourselves about, but like, to always be in the future and not in the moment. I think that's the most important thing about surviving mental health. To not always be in the past and not always be in the future. Be in the moment, be present, and to allow yourself to feel every emotion. If you're happy, then be happy. If you're sad, then be sad. Just don't dwell in one emotion excessively that you forget to feel or express or experience other emotions. um it's a very difficult thing, honestly. I won't lie, it's very difficult. And I think when you have something, when you are diagnosed with anxiety or depression, it's very important to tell the people around you. Don't feel embarrassed. It's very important, so that you can get the support system you need. if you're in a relationship, then tell your boyfriend, tell your girlfriend, tell your friends, tell your family. There's always that one family member you're close with. Tell them, let them know everything there is to know about your disease. Tell your boyfriend or your girlfriend, because probably that's the person you spend the most time with. Tell them so that when you're feeling a bit under the weather and you need to talk to them, or you need to hear their voice, or you need to be in their touch, they can understand that you're suffering from a disease and they have to be there to help you get through it. So yeah, I'm not going to be talking about depressing things like the whole video, no. So one of my friends yesterday sent me a 20-day mental wellness challenge, and today is the 1st of November. I'm embarking on it, and I want to see how that helps with my mental health. I'm managing my anxiety, but I feel like there's so much more I could be doing. So the challenge is a 20-day challenge, probably meaning I'll be done with it on the 20th of November. So I'll comment the link to the picture, because it's like a picture with the days and the things you must do for the challenge. So on day 1, I must go to bed 1 hour, usually like earlier than usual, so I don't have a strict rigid sleeping time. So tonight I'm planning on sleeping around like 11ish, 10ish, because I normally sleep like around 1, 2. So yeah, I'll be keeping you guys updated on how the 20-day mental wellness challenge is going. But that's not all I'll be doing on this channel. I'll also be embarking on health, like not health, but health and beauty. I'll be showing you a couple of makeup tricks, makeup hacks, how to do makeup look, hair, and all of that. And also I'll be featuring some of my friends so that we can talk about conscious issues and things that just influence us as the youth, more particularly as females in the 21st century. 2018 moving on 2019. Guys, silimo sifedile, unyaka uphelile. The year is like, it's nearly over. So we have to be positive moving on to 2019, and we have to keep our hope. We have to hope that 2019 brings the best. So yeah, I think I'll do a video after 5 days to update you on the previous 5 days of the mental health wellness challenge, and then every 5 days I'll be doing a video. So probably on the 20th I'll be getting done with my challenge, and there'll be a small giveaway. And if you want to join me on the challenge, please do that. You can I'll also be blogging about it on my blog. My blog is nombulelomajola.wordpress.com. I'll put that in the link in the bio below. So you can also follow me on the blog. Comment on the blog if you have any problems with the challenge. We can help each other get through this. I think it's very important that we come together and we support each other in things that really matter, not only in things that's like slay. It's very important to slay. You slay, but you work harder. And yeah, so we support each other. If you wanna join me on the challenge, you can go to the blog. I'll be blogging about it every single day on what I was supposed to do and how it went and what were the challenges, because it's always challenging to do new things. So I think that this is a very good challenge for me to embark on, since I have anxiety. But guys, another reminder, as much as I said it's important to talk about your mental health and your mental illnesses, if you have one, don't wear it on your sleeve. Do not wear it on your sleeve. Don't make it your excuse. Don't procrastinate and then the next thing say, oh, I'm suffering from depression. That excuse is gonna get old. People are not gonna feel for you anymore. Don't wear your disease on your sleeve. You're still a very normal person. Just like a person who has diabetes, who has high blood pressure, who has chronic cholesterol, who has HIV and AIDS. You don't wear your disease on your sleeve. You only take the medication if there's medication to be taken. You only do what you need to do to stay healthy. But you don't wear it on your sleeve and use it as an excuse to get out of sticky situations. You don't do that. If you do that, then you're undermining and disrespecting each and every person living with the disorder in South Africa. Because some people find it very hard because they don't have a support system. If you have a very good support system, don't abuse it. Use it. Don't abuse it. Use it. It's very important for you to stay faithful and for the people around you to trust you. To know that when you're saying, I have a meltdown, that you're not just looking for attention, or that you don't want to work, or you want to escape whatever's going on. When you're having a meltdown or when something is serious, guys, let it be serious. Don't play with mental health. It's a very serious thing. And for people who always say people who are suffering from depression are looking for attention, people commit suicide because of people like you. Take a good look at yourself in the mirror and ask you, if you are the one going through something, if you are the one struggling to sleep every day at night, if you are the one having difficult questions to answer every day, how would you feel if someone said you are looking for attention? You never know how deep someone's pain is if you're not on the inside. Try and put yourself in another person's shoes and try as much as you can to be sympathetic with them. Don't say people are looking for attention. There are so many ways we could be looking for attention, but we don't use mental health to seek attention. Be a good citizen and be kind to one another, because with kindness and love we can conquer the world. Until okay, I'm kind of ending this on a very emotional note. So till next time, let's just love each other and support each other in everything that we do. Be kind, because kindness means more to the other person than it does to you. Make someone, at least one person, smile a day. Don't cost you a thing to pass by a lady on the street and compliment them. It won't cost you a thing, but it will mean the world to them. Be kind and love one another. With love from me to you.